Welcome back to New Rockstars, I'm Erik Voss, and Wonder Woman 1984 released its first trailer, opening up all kinds of mysteries for DC movie fans to chew on. Why the 80s? How is Steve Trevor alive again? Is this what the Mandalorian's face will look like? I'm gonna quickly break down the interesting details and Easter eggs that you might have overlooked here. I think we found some stuff no one else did. Spoiler warning in case any predictions end up being right. Okay, the trailer opens on this shot of a hotel room with Diana geared up walking across the balcony. Some framed photos rest on the table. Looks like a black and white wedding photo, a newspaper clipping. But here's what's most interesting to me. Notice the distinct railing on the balcony outside and the building across the way. Folks, this is the Watergate Hotel in Washington, D.C., the setting of the infamous 1972 break-in of the DNC headquarters that later brought down President Nixon. Now, obviously, this movie is set in 1984, but perhaps we will see a montage of the ways Diana has influenced 20th century history, similar to the Forrest Gump Watergate scene, or the opening montage of Zack Snyder's Watchmen showing the alternate history of that universe. Were the Watergate burglars busted by Wonder Woman? Did she lasso him up, drop him on the White House lawn, and say, "I know this was you, dick"? A close-up of another photo shows Diana on Trevor Ranch, probably for Steve Trevor, maybe his family ranch, or maybe a ranch she founded and named after Steve to honor his memory, like those photos of Rose in Titanic horse riding to live the life Jack wanted for her. Even though she was married for decades to another man, her heavenly soulmate was her boat. Another frame shows a newspaper clipping. VFW honors local hero, showing the World War I hero, Steve Trevor. But then we also see Steve's wristwatch, which, remember, Diana asked him about when they met in the previous film, when it was a misdirect from his man parts.
It's a watch.
You let this little thing tell you what to do.
Steve gave Diana this piece before he died. Later this trailer, this watch will quake and tip over, with the editing suggesting his resurrection, kind of like a gravestone toppling over as a corpse hand burst out from underneath it. But let's talk about it. Steve Trevor is back, and it's not really clear how and why he's still so young. Maybe there's some kind of magical wish fulfillment from Diana's Greek god connections, or he's like a vision projected in her mind by Maxwell Lord. We're actually gonna explore this mystery in tomorrow's episode of Rogue Theory. Be sure to check it out. Diana chats with Barbara Ann Minerva, played by Kristen Wiig. Barbara is the villain, the Cheetah, who in the comics is an archaeologist who becomes part human, part cheetah. Remember, Diana works in a museum dealing with antiquities, so maybe Barbara is like a co-worker. Notice how she works with a microscope in a lab, and maybe a discovery leads her to acquiring ancient cheetah abilities. Wiig's take on the character definitely parallels Michelle Pfeiffer's Selena Kyle, Catwoman in Batman Returns, a mousy, bespectacled, shy girl who awakens her inner sex cat. The trailer embraces the 80s theme with New Order's Blue Monday, a track synonymous with the decade, also featured in 80s throwback movies like The Wedding Singer and Ready Player One. The title graphics blast out at us, similar to the original Superman film, but also to the kind of vibrant title graphics we've seen in Stranger Things and Thor Ragnarok. Also consistent with the 80s, there's patriotic decor and a mall. One where half the storefronts aren't empty. Remember those? Also a leg warmer aerobics class with an old timer, not even trying to hide his gawking. Dude, find a fern. On several screens is Pedro Pascal's character, Maxwell Lord, a media mogul famous for TV infomercials. In the comics, Lord is a businessman who gets telepathic powers to influence people's minds. Pascal's take seems influenced by the rise of billionaire celebrities and infomercials in the 80s. Give yourself a good half hour to check out Tom Vu. Guy's a legend.
Most of America's richest people made their fortune in real estate. Isn't it about time for you to learn how?
This trailer features a large telecom facility with a big satellite-y looking thing that might be linked to the Maxwell Lord storyline in the DC Comics involving Brother Eye, a satellite program invented by Batman originally to monitor superhumans, but hijacked by Lord to create an army of Omax, humans infected by a nanovirus transforming them into cyborgs to kill superhumans. The shots of Lord in a glowing chamber and covering every TV screen in sight might be combining the Brother Eye concept with Lord's persuasion powers. Like maybe he's plotting to brainwash society via his telecom network into turning on superhumans like Diana, projecting imagery in their minds. Setting this film in 1984 could be a nod to George Orwell's 1984, a sci-fi dystopian novel preaching the dangers of the surveillance state. Perhaps there are thematic parallels with Maxwell Lord as the Big Brother / Brother Eye face on every screen that everyone must slavishly follow. Lord can be seen holding a crystal at his desk. Also on the desk is like a bone.
Sir, for a bone.
And an oil rig model. Maybe his collecting of antiquities connects him with Barbara, and he's using this crystal to grant her cheetah powers here and turn her against Diana. In the mall sequence, Diana fights plainclothes armed men trying to kill her during a kid's birthday party? Are you kidding me? And she uses her tiara to take out security cameras. Now, is she trying to keep her identity a secret? Or has she declared war on all screens, like a mom on a family vacation? I don't care if the footage is stored in a separate server anyway, it's gonna rot your brain. Steve and Diana walk through the streets of DC. Diana's clothes are a reference to an outfit worn by Linda Carter in the Wonder Woman TV series in the 70s. We also see them fighting guards in what looks like the White House, which could be an homage to the General Zod White House attack in Superman 2. Don't tell me it's an homage to X2. That was an homage to Superman. We also see Diana and Steve flying a jet through fireworks. We might be seeing Wonder Woman's famous invisible jet here. Some have speculated that Diana could be swinging her lasso of truth on that invisible jet throughout the trailer footage. I don't know about that. The invisible jet is just kind of goofy. Remember, Diana is born from Zeus. She could probably just connect the lasso to bolts of lightning, which would be way more awesome, even if it doesn't make sense because it's, it's plasma, but whatever. There are shots of a desert location with a collapsing wall. Perhaps they're getting involved in the Soviet war in Afghanistan, which lasted throughout the 80s. We also see firing from a Navy Phalanx Sea Whiz, suggesting that Diana might be caught in another firefight between warring men of man's world. Before, it was the British and Germans in World War I. Now, maybe it's the Cold War between the US and USSR getting hot. Diana sprint in DC intercuts with herself as an Amazon girl in Themyscira, competing in some Olympian-style games in an arena. You can see them galloping toward that arena dome on the beach shot. But the money shot of the trailer reveals Diana in her awesome Golden Eagle armor. First shown in the Kingdom Come comics, I assume she needs fuller armor to protect her skin from Cheetah's attacks. And the stinger joke of the trailer shows Steve and Diana at the museum passing some b-boys and Steve mistaking the trash can for art, whereas the first film was Steve as a straight man explaining the world to fish out of water Diana. The sequel reverses that dynamic, now with Steve as a fish out of water, and a set photo showed him passing an ice cream stand, suggesting we might also get a replay of that ice cream bit from the first film. Comment down below with your favorite part of this trailer, and subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns of everything you love. And be sure to check out our new weekly Q&A show, The Big Question, with us drunkenly sciencing the shit out of nerd mysteries. It's amazing. Follow me at Erik Voss. Thanks for watching. Bye.